Hello there, Internet. MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we are going to feature some more Nocturne in the same archetype slash deck, because the reality is Nocturne only belongs in one deck, and that's just how it is. You know, if you want to believe otherwise, I'm not going to stop you, but that's what you're going to get from me. Regardless, like Nautilus, Nocturne's one deck is a really dope one at that, and a very solid choice for ranked climbing as well. So I want to showcase the upgraded version of Passive Aggressive, which is a deck built around Nocturne and Diana, and it's basically a Nightfall aggro deck slash tempo slash passive aggressive, which is what I like to call it, because you are technically playing a bit as an aggro deck, but you are building up your aggression, so you're slowly pinging at them, and then you go all in one turn for a huge outburst. And I believe this is a much better version than the one that I showcased before, because I do have a very interesting addition here, a full set of Atrocity. This may seem like over the top and completely unnecessary, but it is not. The main reason why we're playing Atrocity in this deck is because people are well aware of how this deck functions and what it runs, but what people don't expect is direct damage based reach, and with Atrocity we can utilize it on the likes of Nocturne, leveled up with 6 attack, on one of our Crescent Guardians, or ideally on a leveled up Diana, which just keeps pumping up her attack like crazy, to get a surprise lethal on the opponent. Just so you guys understand, this makes Diana a legit threat in this deck, not only in the early game, but in the late game as well, as we can combine her with Pale Cascade. Every Pale Cascade we use on Diana, not only will we draw a card because of the Nightfall, but we'll be getting her +4 attack because of her own ability as well, which means we can very easily get Diana's attack really fucking high, and then just go for an Atrocity and finish off the opponent. So I really like this card as an addition to the archetype. I also like Cygnus the Moonstalker as well. We're running him as a 4th Atrocity in a way. He got buffed in the recent balance patch and is definitely a very reliable finisher here, and just a good epic in general. I don't want to run more copies because I'm already running a full set of Atrocity, but if Atrocity did not exist in this deck, or if you don't have this card but you do have Cygnus, you know, run a full set of Cygnus instead. The rest of the deck is pretty much the same as it was before. I still do like the one-off of Shroud of Darkness for some games in which I set up a late game Nocturne play, or even an Atrocity with Diana. I can work for that as well. Go for a Shroud of Darkness into leveled up Diana, and then start buffing her and go for the Atrocity and have the opponent not be able to interact with her because of the spell shield as well. I do think this card definitely warrants a one-off, as it also enables our Nightfall to begin with, and I'm not really taking it out because of that. We dropped Spacey Sketcher down to 2, as we are running a full set of Lunari Dustbringer and Stygian Onlooker, obviously, as we got Lunari Shadestalker here, and the Crescent Guardian and Doom Beast as a full of each. We're also running a couple of Unspeakable Horrors instead of 3. I don't think this card is required as a full set, even though it does grant us Nightfall cards, and it does pop barriers that can be useful as certain matchups. I'd rather have 2 copies of it and a one-off of Glimpse Beyond for a little bit of extra card draw. Glimpse Beyond basically acts as a 4th Stalking Shadows in this deck to help us not run out of gas that easily. And Fading Memories, of course, as a full of to have a 0 mana Nightfall enabler that also can get us multiple copies of Doom Beast in the late game potentially as well. Or some extra copies of Stygian Onlooker and just going on for an extreme attack as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the deck list right there. Not much more to say about it. It's the same as before, but heavily upgraded and really strong. Definitely not a beginner-friendly deck, as it is one of the most complicated aggro decks in the game, because knowing how much to commit and how much to preserve is definitely tricky, but I do gotta say it's a little bit easier to play since the addition of Atrocity, because now we have that reach, now we have the ability to go face directly without attacking, and therefore we can afford to be a little bit extra aggressive with this build. So that got a little bit better. It also got a little bit easier to play, which is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. So that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. I did stutter there a little bit. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos, and let me know if there's any champions you want me to showcase tomorrow onwards. I try to build a Lucian like Shadow Isles highly synergistic deck for today's video, but it turned out to be pretty garbage. So I had to go back and actually then, since I played a lot of Shadow Isles, I was thinking, you know what? It's been a while since I played Nocturne. This deck is really cool, and I think I can make it a little bit better. So yeah, have a solid day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's put this cable here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep a Nocturne in my opening hand. We're facing They Who Endure, so Atrocity is definitely a very strong resource here to use to finish off the game, but I think I'm gonna keep my hand like this. I don't want Atrocity so early on in my hand. I want to find a bit of an earlier curve here, as I have a full set of Atrocity anyways. In this matchup, we want to do two things. First of all, we want to get as much damage on as early as possible before their early game stops us. So we're happy to not see a 1-drop there to stop our Lunari Dustbringer's attack, because that 2 damage could go a long way. We could very well witness a... Okay, no Butcher, that's neat.
Temperamental as moonlight.
I'm gonna go with this. Crescent Guardian is a very big power play here. So much so that we could end up forcing a... Okay, now we can capitalize. Only revenge. Stygian Onlooker with there's no threat for Vile Feast is also really, really neat.
Lunari, rise.
I'm gonna attack with the Lunari Dustbringer as well, because I want to bait a block there. I'm actually using the Lunari Dustbringer as a bait there to make sure that I get the damage with these two, because my opponent does not know that I'm playing Atrocity, and that's a good draw as well. Okay. I'm gonna pass. He definitely wants to attack, so I'm not gonna rush things. All right, now I'll definitely want to do on this, yeah. Now that he goes in with the attack, I'm going to develop Nocturne to basically halt his Bark Beast setup. And like I said, we have the Atrocities here as well to go for the kill. So we just need to do things right. Because we got that hit off early on here, these Doom Beasts as well are really going to enable us to go ham. We will always take that hit. Like, bitch, please. Bitch, please! Alright. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna develop you to enable the Doom Beast. We need a little bit more damage.
That egg, did it move? Oh yes, she does our visitors.
I can hold on to the... I mean, I'm gonna attack with you anyways. I'm gonna hold you in the back though here. Terror is my domain. I'm going purely for damage here. with a Pill Cascade onto the Overwhelm unit. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Knock him down to 1. And set up the Doom Beast kill. If that doesn't work, we always got Atrocity in the back as well. That's why I really like Atrocity in this deck. We have a lot of like units with like 4, 5, 6 attacks, so we have the ability to just close out the game by... Okay, if that was an Everglade Collector, that would have been worried. We can drop you. And enable... Yep. Don't tell me what to do. Got it. There we go. Nice. So, I didn't get to use Atrocity there, but it was very nice knowing that I had it in my hand. If I didn't have Doom Beast, I would have used Atrocity to finish off the game. And like I said, it's nice to have that resource there. I'd say Nocturne and definitely Crescent Guardian are the MVPs of that one. But more importantly, the bait early on by giving him the good block there with Lenore Darkspringer and getting that 9 damage in was absolutely crucial. And that's one of the things, man. When sometimes with this deck, you gotta bait in certain attacks and make your opponent, give your opponent some good blocks that will allow you to push for damage. Because this deck has more reach than people expect because of the Atrocity. So, yeah, let's go for another one. Climbing out of dumpster, right? Coming out of the dumpster. Every time I try a new deck, guys, I was gonna have a Lucian deck ready for you guys today, but it was garbage. Like that's I can't sugarcoat it. It was actual garbage. I'm gonna drop 1 Fading Memories, I believe. Though to be fair, I like these Fading Memories. I'm gonna keep them. They're just free Nightfall enablers. I'm gonna wait for my opponent to develop a 1-drop. Okay, never mind. I wanted to play a Stygian Onlooker there, but I don't think it's worth it unless I get some serious damage with it. I can hold on to it, otherwise. I do want to drop you now. Let's get the Crescent Guardian in there. So we're facing Shen Fiora. That early damage could have gone a long way. We also gotta keep in mind that our Atrocity can be pretty easily disrupted.
Never breaks. Strike, we will reform.
Alright, that's good.
A gift from the river folk. Waters are still.
We gotta work for that Nocturne level up. If I went with a turn 1, maybe I did some overthinking there, because I could have had like 1 more attack with Nocturne. Now I need 3 Nightfall attackers next turn.
I walk the space between worlds,
Which is easier said than done. I think I'm gonna go Fading Memories onto Nocturne here. I wanna give this vulnerable.
These woods protect their own.
Keeper. Our lands need us.
Right? It is possible. I'm afraid. By going with this attack, though, my next Nocturne will be leveled up.
These lands.
And all right, he does. Oh fuck, man! That Ranger's Resolve is really powerful. We still get 5 damage on him though. And this Shen is actually like, the fact that he's living, it may become a liability for my opponent.
I wanna go home. This way. Go. Who goes there? Nature blesses her followers. Off we go! Go down! We made it, Rim! I wanna go home!
Mother Moon veil.
I want to have my Atrocity enabled here. So I want to go with you. You. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this line of attack. Again, keeping my Atrocity in the back. I want to bait out some barrier play from him. Yeah.
We walk between realms.
Nature blesses her followers.
Beautiful.
Immediately.
You like frogs, huh?
Because I kept the mana for Atrocity, his answer, he probably has something like a single combat here. Oh, or he's just dead. Or he's just dead. But you guys saw that line of play, right? I mean, you have eyes. And ears, I assume. But basically, it's very important. Like, especially for like newer players. I didn't overcommit there because I needed to have access to Atrocity that turn. Because I was definitely anticipating like barriers in conjunction with single combat to disrupt my attack. So if I attack like that and my opponent goes for a barrier play and then it goes for a single combat to take down one of my Crescent Guardians, I respond with an Atrocity, so I get to deal damage directly with that Crescent Guardian, and I still get the overwhelm hit from the other one, which should always translate into lethal, unless, you know, he has like a peculiar hand with like a, he manages to find, I don't know, like a Spirit's Refuge and double single combat or something crazy like that. You know, except for that, I would have been fine, right? Which is why I did it like that. It's important to think how the turn is going to play out, and that's one of the key things about the Nocturne archetype. You really need to think out your attack and make sure you did everything correctly before you declare it. You know, there's no such thing as open attacking with this deck, which is something that a lot of other decks like to do a lot, especially in this meta. So, yeah, I think I explained myself pretty well. You know, enough talking. Let's play some more. Okay, so back at it again against Shen Fiora. I'm not sure if this is the same guy, to be honest. Like, I haven't really been paying much attention. I want to keep the Nocturne in my hand. I also like the Crescent Guardian. I'm liking a little bit of early game, but I do want to keep this Crescent, this Unspeakable Horror, because it bops barriers. Bit of a late game draw there. Hopefully that changes.
Woods protect their own. Who goes there?
None of your business. Not much we can do here. Krabby tap.
Strength in grace, beauty in the blade. They forced us to choose death or the blade.
I like Nocturne here.
Their scent travels on the night air.
Two worlds one balance.
No one is safe.
Immediately.
Gotcha. That's a feels bad. Yeah, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be real quick.
Everything I've worked for.
Don't you worry about that. My lord, the shutdown. He got punished so hard.
I walk the space between worlds.
He's gonna drink my juice.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Gonna play Leroy Darkspringer.
Unworthy.
Yeah, I would think twice about that. We're looking at a Cygnus play here. Whew, okay. Not really much worth it for us here. We're just gonna pass and carry over the spell mana. I like that Atrocity there. We're gonna go ahead and
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Revolution by power hands.
we're going ninja mode. I repeat,
Duty, selflessness.
ninja mode engaged. Alright, so we got single combat. We could unspeakable. I mean, we could Pale Cascade, to be fair. Because for 3 mana, I don't see how he can do much else. All part of my calculations. Beautiful. Pale Cascade just ruined this man's career. Oh my god, dude. And now he's at Atrocity range.
These woods protect their
But
own.
we're gonna respect the possibility to deny.
Our lands need us.
And also, of course, like combat tricks to deny us that. I'm gonna play Spacey Sketcher here. Discard you. Equinox is interesting. Though to be fair, at this point, I like the brute force of the Charger.
And here's where I paint my constellation.
The wood can't fight back, but I can.
Okay. Atrocity's a thing. Atrocity's a thing that is only stopped by a third single combat. A third single combat in the top 10 cards? Yeah, I'm going for this. Cool story, bro. I would rather have a knockgasm, but I'll take what I get, I guess. So, yeah, that was a good case of why Atrocity is good, and also a great showcase for Cygnus as well. As we beat down Shen Fiora back to back, and let's see if we find a different matchup. Interesting. This could be For the Fallen, or something completely different. But I am definitely intrigued because I tried to make a Lucian deck, man. I was like really excited about the deck, but then it just fell short. It just fell short. I actually want to keep this Shroud of Darkness, believe it or not, because it allows us to go for a powerful Nocturne setup. Maybe a bit greedy to keep it, but in this matchup, we don't know what kind of Shadow Isles cards they're playing, so I'm gonna take a chill. I do like that too.
Chill in the air. This is mercy.
Alright, now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, let's not reveal what we picked up yet.
You're late.
You're early.
I could go for a quadruple attack here. Like, Lucian is very scary, but...
Not so fast.
Pay for this! I'll bring them peace.
Getting 8 damage on him.
I'm actually here.
Nobody cares. The question is, what am I discarding here? This.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
They're as good as dead.
You're adorable when you're angry. My gun does the talking.
Hold still. Spilled.
I want to protect this Nocturne from removal here.
Slow down, will you?
I need to attack with 2 Nightfall allies.
The skies darken. No one is safe. They will all scream as one.
You monster!
New recruit reporting in.
How'd you beat me here?
A lady has her secrets. We were peaceful once.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Maybe I should have dragged this into that. I think letting my Nocturne take damage was ultimately a mistake. I should have just attacked with Doombeast. I should have dragged Doombeast into that. Because now having this vulnerable to this really sucks.
Invisible to the ears.
Light fades. I demand satisfaction. Hardly fair.
Missed your chance to run. Hide no longer.
You leave me no recourse.
Brothers.
So that's just 1 damage.
We will resist. We will be free.
Okay. If I take you down with you, and yeah, I think he's definitely got us. I definitely think I threw with yeah, it was just a misplay, like letting my Nocturne take damage prior. I should have sacrificed one of my bodies. Having this on the board sticking around would have been extremely helpful. I can't really attack with these. I don't want to trade that into that. But no matter how I look at it,
Lucian! Lucian!
this looks rough.
A real battle.
Out of curiosity, what did I have? Nothing too special.
Don't turn around.
We gotta do it for this one, Nocturne. We got whooped. GG. It was a good game. Didn't go our way. I mean, that feels like just standard, like, Bannerman with Lucian. So, not really the kind of Lucian deck that I was trying out. I was trying out, like, a very specialized, like, synergy version. But the fact that he curved out Lucian into Senna and we had no way around that kind of, like, shut us down. But, yeah, I'd like to see Lucian in a non, like, vanilla shell, though. Because, you know, Lucian in Bannerman is nothing new. It's just that it's not like he contributes that much, really. Like, sometimes the stars align and you have Lucian and Senna on curve and your opponent doesn't have any way to disrupt that, but most of the time he's just, like, you know, a decent 2-drop for, like, the curve. But I think maybe that change of play could have done it for me. Maybe. I'd have to look back. I'm not sure if preserving the first Nocturne was going to be enough, ultimately. I also don't know if, like, the all-in attack was necessarily smart either. Maybe I could have taken a different approach, and I could have tried to delay the level up from Lucian by just going face with the... But I really need to work for the Nocturne level up, which is why I think that triple Stygian Onlooker attack was really important, right? It's just the fact that he had to have Lucian into Senna. that was a little bit brutal. All right, next round. Okay. There's your boy, Lee Sin. Took him long enough to come out. We're gonna drop pretty much everything here except for the Lunari Shade Stalker. That looks much better. Let's see. I'm gonna play Stygian Onlooker here.
One star's whoopsie is another spark.
Arbiter of the Peak, interesting. I'm gonna go for the Unspeakable Horror here. We'll trigger the Nightfall for Diana. Give me another one of these. I will go for the attack for the Nocturne level up as well. We have an Unspeakable Horror here.
Looking into the future, I see purple.
I kind of have to do this now. Oh boy, don't tell me you have a pill. Okay, well that's bad. That's bad.
Go, floaty crystals.
Dusk approaches. No more lies. Face your heretic.
Mystical levitation requires concentration.
extend your senses.
Act with caution. Strike when the moment is right. Come, our light grows. Find your path in the dark and follow no false light.
We're going double pill cascade. Nice. To take out Lee Sin there. I'm gonna pass here. I'm gonna carry over the spell mana, and I'm gonna try to enable this instead.
Looking into the future, I see purple.
Unseen, unheard.
Conceals you from our foes. I cannot turn back. I will be heard.
The spirit gives to those who listen.
Each life a rare jewel.
I wonder if he'll resort to gems. He is running a little bit low on gas. But he is going to resort to the gems to enable the Eye of the Dragon here. Okay. We're passing here, naturally.
Breathe in, breathe out.
We got some elusive power here, even though Hush could always be a thing. Leona does look a little bit more... I like Leona's level up. Okay.
Trespassers will be vanquished.
Cool story, bro.
Light flowers upon my blade. The promise of a new moon upon you, Bloom Tender.
Look sharp.
Judgment awaits.
Okay.
Unyielding.
Our light grows brighter.
You leave me no recourse.
I'm gonna use this as a blocker.
We will be What is gained when we return malevolence?
I'm playing Stygian Onlooker here.
Unseen, unheard, the new moon conceals you from our foes.
We are running a little bit out of gas here.
To preserve beauty and protect all life.
Night descends. Face your heretic.
For beauty.
So all these are spells. I'm gonna go for a glimpse onto this. there's the Atrocity. Ooh, we're close. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty sparkle fly.
None can deny us.
Breathe in, breathe out.
As the dragon wills. Force is meaningless without skill.
A pleasure to see you, Master.
I could set up a very sneaky Atrocity kill here. The spell shield does prevent, like, if he has Will of Ionia, it does prevent that. It also prevents him from targeting that. The spell shield is just a delusion, though. It's just basically, I'm trying to get his attention on the fact that this Diana has spell shield.
Conflict is all in the mind. Center your spirit.
Yeah, it needs more than that. He may have a deny here.
Wanes.
Alright, cool.
Our enemies cannot hide.
No more deny.
Prepare yourself.
Wait, why would this work? I have spell shield. Oh, because he has the barrier. I didn't see the barrier before. Alright, we do this. Oh, yeah. Show me that guiding touch. I'll show you my second Peo Cascade, motherfucker. God, that's hot! That setup is so... Oh, man. Got up! Got up! Woo! There we go! Oh, man. That was clean. That was so clean. That, I hope that really sold Atrocity for you. Oh, that was nice. Alright, I think, Jesus, 47 minutes. That's, alright, that's enough for a video, I think. How many games was that in the end? Tell me it was more than, it was at least 4, right? Yeah, we lost the game against Lucian, but we did win the 2 prior. Okay, it's a good amount. It's a good amount. It's just like, it's kind of crazy how fast these lives go. I, in my mind, like, I started recording 10 minutes ago, but yeah, there was some long games. But we really sold out the Atrocity there with Diana at the end. You know, it wasn't all about Nocturne there. I do think the Lucian game I could have played a little bit better, but I'm not sure if it would have changed the outcome, but I definitely could have played better, which is always important to, you know, to look back on that. I'm not sure about Shroud of Darkness anymore in this deck, honestly, but I do like it a lot as a setup for Atrocity as well. And I really like this variant, man. It feels really solid. Like, we honestly have game against everything, and I really... This is perhaps, like, out of all the decks from, like, Targon, like, if you look at, like, all of my decks, I mean, I like French Gems quite a bit. Like, I like Tarek, you know, Outrageous Shadows was also pretty fun. So was Manly Jewelry. And I guess Twisted Fate, you know, always has a special place in my heart. He says he is my favorite champion. But this is my favorite, like, Targon-based archetype. Because it's competitive, it's something kind of new, though unfortunately the 2 champions that are in it are kind of tied regarding, you know, what cards you can incorporate with them, right? Especially Nocturne. But at least, you know, Nocturne may only have 1 deck. But at least it's a really dope deck, right? So I'm happy about that. Really think this is a big upgrade. And yeah, I encourage you guys to check it out. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. I'll see you guys tomorrow.